that was weird. I had my camera set to stealth timer and I think I'm recording, but I don't know, but it did all the weird beeping beforehand. I thought I'd do a pregnancy update. It seems a bit weird. I haven't done any this pregnancy, partly because I did loads with Jim and I think we kind of covered it. And secondly, because I've just been feeling rubbish. I don't know that's really what I want to project, although obviously we have the now very popular 33-week pity party video from when I fell over when I was pregnant with Jim. Also, yeah, I've been feeling pretty rubbish and people have been annoying this pregnancy, I'm not gonna lie. So 30 weeks pregnant, well 31 weeks tomorrow, so 9-ish weeks left. Ned was early, Jim was late. Who knows when this baby's going to turn up. We're going on holiday in 2 weeks' time. So I'm a bit anxious about the travelling. I'm fine about the holiday, and but I'm a bit anxious about the train because we're going to the south of France on the Eurostar, which is very nice, but 2 children, not unhectic. And you just know that thing where you've got loads of bags and you seem to constantly be loading and unloading, and then you've got to get the hire car and the kids' seats and does it fit and who's got a credit card and all of that. But it'd be lovely when we're there, and we're going because basically after that it gets a bit close to my due date to be waddling around the south of France, even though French baby during these Brexit times would be a bonus. One thing that has been super annoying this pregnancy has been people asking if we are having another baby so that we can have a girl, and it's been making me really think about this whole girl versus boys thing. And a friend of mine, Libby, who I'm trying to persuade to come and do a video with me about what they don't tell you about pregnancy and birth, is a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, well done, you got a girl, or you try, you know, what I've been getting a lot, which is, are you trying, or are you having a third, are you hoping for a girl? As if there's something wrong with boys. Whereas, I mean, I don't want to sound, I'm very much of a view that I don't care what I have as long as it's, you know, you just want it to be healthy and everything to be okay with the birth, and do you know what I mean? But because people keep saying to me, oh, do you want to have are you hoping that you'll get a girl? I then automatically say, no, I'd rather have a boy, which makes me feel terrible because I would happily have a girl or a boy, as long as they're healthy, it doesn't matter. But I know where I am with boys. I've always wanted boys. I'm very happy with my 2 boys, they're wonderful. And it's this thing that people keep on about, like, it must be very disappointing to not have a girl. And my mum, who's got 2 daughters, is like, well, I love having daughters and they're great, and you know, you look after each other when you're girls, and maybe you don't have that with boys. But you know, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, and I'll I've got a goddaughter. But it's just that has been bugging me, and actually I told my husband about it. Because I said, do you know what, if it's a girl we might have to have another one, because just so that people don't think we've just had another baby so that we have a girl because of the poor boys. And he said, as soon as I said that to him, about 2 people came up and went, are you having to have a third one so that your wife can have a daughter? And actually my husband's really keen to have a girl. My sons are really keen to have a sister, super keen, like Ned talks to her, even though we don't know what it is. But Bump is smaller. Well, it's not smaller. It measures the same, but I look smaller. I haven't sort of expanded in quite, oh, she's moving, in quite the same way. See, now I'm calling it a she. And with the other 2, their heads were huge. And with Jim especially, we had to go back for lots of scans because they were worried about his head being so big. I mean, they never offered any solution to it, but they were just like, let's keep an eye on his head. And his head was huge. It was in the 99th percentile when he was born. I think it was about 39 centimetres. You know, so not small. And this baby's head is in the 50th. And I went for the 20-week scan, and she's like, yep, everything looks great, everything looks normal. And then I was like, so when do I come back? And she said, you don't have to come back. And I was like, but I've always had to come back for scans to see what the whopper babies are doing. And this one is just average size, hanging out. So my crap science makes me think that it's a girl, because even I know that I've got friends who've had boy babies and then had girl babies, and the girl babies have been huge compared to the boy babies. But heads, women's heads are usually smaller. That's my science. So those are my thoughts. I just think try and temper what you say to pregnant women, because it's annoying. Like, you become public property, and the number of times I've been to events and stuff, or hen dos, and once you're pregnant, people don't talk to you about anything else. They'll talk to each other about like work and blah, 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 and they just want to know about being pregnant, how you feel, what's it like, blah, blah, blah. And that's fine, but you're like, oh my god, there's more to me than being a pregnant person. You do become like public property, people touching your bump. And actually, sweetly, I went to a wedding last weekend with my friends from uni who I haven't seen for years, and all of them wanted to touch the bump, but all of them asked, they were all like, I'm really sorry, is it okay? Are you sure it's okay? And I was like, bloody hell, I've known you guys for a long time, let's say, and you're all asking really nicely, and you'll have strangers in the park who are just all over it. So there's that. Why have I been feeling crap? I've been feeling crap because, as with every pregnancy, although this time more so, I've had crap hair and I've had crap skin. And everyone goes, oh, you glow when you're pregnant and your hair is lovely and you get so much more hair. And I don't get more hair, which means I don't get the hair fallout afterwards, which is a bonus because I've got friends that really bothers. But I just spent 9 months with like greasy hair, spots, looking really pasty, and I've also been feeling really crap this pregnancy. I was in bed for about a month on and off with morning sickness, terrible morning sickness, and I felt really sick with the other two, and I think I was sick once or twice with Jim, but this was like a month of every day afternoon being sick, and the doctors were saying, if you can't keep food down, we're going to have to put you in the hospital. I had anti-sickness meds, which I hated taking, and didn't really do anything. So that wasn't great. I've then got a trapped nerve in my back. I had a trapped nerve in this side of my back with Jim, which hurt. Started off like a bite, felt like a bite, and then it was itchy, and then it was sore, and then it was like, oh, you're a trapped nerve, great. This is just like pins and needles in one spot in my shoulder blade that sometimes really hurts, but it's just constantly like, which means I don't want to wear a bra a lot of the time, and maternity wear is kind of tight quite often, so not really non-bra wearing. I've got a lot of builders in the house, and basically I've flashed quite a lot of them because I'm just not wearing a bra. So that's about it. I know it sounds really moany. Also, I think she sits on some sort of necessary vital tube. Definitely had 2 weeks where I felt like I was dying, and then I self-diagnosed iron deficiency. So I took myself to the doctor, who sent me in for monitoring for a day, which was really nice because I wasn't worried about the baby because she was moving around, but I hadn't felt that crap before. I just felt really almost like in myself. I didn't feel right, and actually she's obviously moved about a bit, and every now and again I get it. I had it at the weekend, which was annoying, at a wedding, and I just have to sort of lie in funny positions, which is difficult because I've got the worst indigestion ever. As always, Gaviscon is my friend. So that's been slightly difficult because it just means that I think that's partly why I'm worried about travelling, is that it's hard on the Eurostar to suddenly lie down on your left hand side whilst gulping Gaviscon. But you know, I think I'm surrounded by a lot of people who love being pregnant and who feel great when they're pregnant, and find the whole thing, you know, great hair, really easy, don't have morning sickness. And so I think that makes me feel like, God, I've got everyone's shit bits. But there you are. So that's my pregnancy update. Not very exciting. There's not a lot to, say third time round. There's not a lot of, obviously now that I've said I think it's a girl, we'll have another boy, for which we have no name. We're done on boys' names. This will just be Harrod baby number 3. If it's a boy, sort of girls' names, but yeah, no boys' names. Any boys' name suggestions, please, that are going to go with Ned and Jim, because I quite like Bill, but I don't think we could have Bill and Ned. Yeah, so that's it. Sorry it's not more exciting or more in depth or more, I mean, if you have any pregnancy questions, I feel I'm pretty down on pregnancy now. I've got it taped. If you have any questions, then do ask them in the comments, or do email me if you don't want it to be public. But I always feel like the majority of times if you say something gross about pregnancy or birth, the person, if you're talking to another mum, they'll be like, yeah. I mean, I think it doesn't get talked about enough. There's gross stuff that happens. But if you have any questions, let me know. And thanks so much for watching.